The headlines in London and the South East today. Taking the stand at the Old Bailey, the driver of a tram that crashed, killing 7 passengers. The country's only Green Party MP, Caroline Lucas, announces she's standing down from her Brighton constituency at the next election. And a first trophy for 43 years. West Ham fans rejoice after winning the Europa Conference League final in Prague. Good afternoon. The driver of a tram that crashed, killing 7 people and injuring 61 others, has been giving evidence at his trial. The tram came off the tracks in Croydon in 2016. Alfred Doris denies failing to take reasonable care at work. Well, Layla Hayes is at the Old Bailey for us this lunchtime. Layla, tell us what happened today.
Well, it's now more than 6 years since the Croydon tram crash, but today we heard from the driver of that tram for the very first time. 49-year-old Alfred Doris became emotional as he gave evidence here. He told the court he loved his job as a tram driver and that he took pride in it. Well, the court heard that on the day of the crash, he was driving at 70 kilometres per hour when the train derailed at Sandylands Junction. But today he told the court, I was always told to exit the tunnel at no more than 50 kilometres per hour. So there was time to approach the curve at 20 kilometres per hour. He said he never drank alcohol and that customer safety was very important to him. Well, once again today, families of the victims came here to court. They still have many unanswered questions. 7 people died when the tram derailed in November 2016. Another 61 were injured, 19 seriously. And of course, most were just commuters on their way to work. Well, Alfred Doris has been charged under the Health and Safety Act with one charge of failing to take reasonable care at work. He denies that charge and he will continue giving evidence this afternoon.
Thank you, Layla. Now, families of whose babies died following poor maternity care in East Kent are meeting the Health Minister and Lewis MP Maria Caulfield this afternoon. It follows a review by Dr Bill Kirkup last year, which concluded at least 45 babies might have survived with better care at hospitals in Margate and Ashford. An investigation is underway following a large fire at a block of flats in Croydon. Around 80 people were evacuated from the 5-storey building on Whitehorse Road around 5 o'clock yesterday evening as the blaze spread through 3 floors. Ambulance crews treated a man and a woman at the scene. The Green Party's only MP, Caroline Lucas, has announced she's standing down at the next election. She's represented Brighton Pavilion since 2010. Well, I spoke to her a little earlier and asked her why she's leaving Parliament.
This decision was a long time coming. It's been the privilege of my life to represent the people of Brighton Pavilion, to stand up for their concerns in Parliament. But to be honest, speaking personally, to be the front bench spokesperson on every single issue, from benefits to Brexit, means that it's harder to really focus on the issues that I find are motivating me more and more, which are the nature and climate emergencies. And so that's why I've decided that I won't stand at the next general election, but I am confident we'll still have Greens here in Brighton Pavilion and that the Green Party will do really well at the next election.
You are the Green Party's only MP. You were elected in 2010, promising to make a difference, Caroline. Do you feel you've failed and do you feel you've let your constituents down?
Not in the slightest bit, no. And I think the fact that my majority has increased every single time I've stood just demonstrates actually that people like what I do here. My majority is almost 20,000 now, having started out at just over 1,200. So I think the Greens are going from strength to strength nationwide, and I think if you just were walking around with me in Brighton just now, I've had such kind responses, everyone from the bus driver to people just walking past. So I feel that people have appreciated having that unique Green voice. I think they know that I've been I hope they know that I've been a very good constituency MP. and that I've managed to change things too. And it's not easy as a backbench MP, but things like the fact that there will be a natural history GCSE on the curriculum in a couple of years' time, the fact that climate is now part of the mainstream political discourse, the fact that so much casework on everything from asylum to visas to housing is something that I've really prided myself on. So I hope that my track record speaks for itself.
All right, Caroline, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
The Met Office is warning of a pollen bomb that's set to hit London and the southeast over the next few days. More than 1 in 4 people nationwide suffer from tree and grass pollen allergies, and sufferers are being warned to prepare for a much higher than usual pollen count. People with breathing difficulties are being warned to take special care.
The pollen can make their airways more swollen and inflamed, which triggers asthma symptoms such as coughing, wheezing, breathlessness and chest tightness, and ultimately those symptoms could lead to a potentially life-threatening asthma attack. So it's really important around the pollen season that people with asthma or other lung conditions are managing their condition well and preparing for the pollen season to reduce their risk.
West Ham United fans are celebrating their side's victory in the Europa Conference, their first trophy in 43 years. The Hammers beat Italian side Fiorentina 2-1 in Prague last night. Thousands of fans travelled to the Czech Republic to watch the match and soak up the atmosphere, while many others, old and young, celebrated closer to home.
I feel absolutely amazing. This is the best night of my life ever. I just can't believe I'm here. I think I'm dreaming. I just can't believe West Ham have won something. We won more titles than Spurs. I just can't believe it. Nobody won. West Ham are the best club in the world. I'm saying it. West Ham are the best club in the world. Come on, you are.
Now we can cross live now to Paul Murphy-Casp, who is in Upton Park in East London for us. And Paul, the celebration's set to continue this evening.
Absolutely they are. What you can see now is the champion statue, which was actually put up after the World Cup win in 1966 to celebrate West Ham's contribution to England's win. And tonight it's a celebration of a different kind, a homecoming of heroes for West Ham as they bring home the Europa Conference Cup. People have been gathering all morning. There's been people coming to sit on the statue, take pictures with it. We've even got a chap over there who's taken his spot to sell flags and scarves. So we think there's going to be lots and lots of people turning up this evening. The parade route itself is actually going to be on an open-top bus, and it starts here. It goes up Barking Road through Plaistow, West Ham and up to Stratford Town Hall, where there'll be a reception with the Mayor of Newham. Now, like I say, it's a homecoming like no other, and for the West Ham fans and the community, it just means a whole lot.
Fantastic stuff. Thank you very much for that one. All right, sticking with football, and Brighton and Hove Albion have announced that midfielder Alexis McAllister has left the club to join Premier League rivals Liverpool. The Argentinian World Cup winner departs after 4.5 years with the Seagulls. Now, warmer weather is apparently on the way, so John Hammond is here with the outlook for us. John.
Yeah, that's right, Kirsteen. Of course, nothing's ever perfect, and if you're a hay fever sufferer, you're probably snivelling right now. Mind you, you'll put up with that if you're a Hammers fan, won't you? It's fine and dry out there, and warmer than it has been recently. The best of the temperatures to the west of London, into parts of West Kent and Sussex. Still cooler towards East Kent to the Thames estuary with that breeze coming in off the sea. Overnight tonight it stays dry. We'll see some cloud coming in off the North Sea, so some of us will wake up to a sheet of cloud and quite a fresh start to your Friday morning. But tomorrow, if anything, will be even warmer, particularly again out west. We'll be getting up into the mid-20s. Sunshine just about all the way. Strong sunshine too, and still those pollen levels very high indeed. It's going to turn increasingly humid as we hit the weekend, and that combination of heat and humidity could well spark some thunderstorms. Warnings already in force. Keep up to date with those. They could well change. The risk endures into the early part of next week, and so does the warmth. Hopefully between the showers you'll see some sunshine, Kirsteen.
Thanks for that, John. Now, in our programme at 6:30 this evening, the Empire Windrush brought us over 1,000 passengers from Jamaica to help rebuild war-torn Britain. 75 years on, the new project inviting people to share their stories, memories and photos. That's all from us. We'll be back with your evening news at 6:30. Have a lovely afternoon. Bye-bye.